Hey everybody, how's it going? Thank you so much for joining me, darlings. If you're new here, loves, my name is Jeanette. I appreciate you all so much for being here. And if you're not new, welcome back. Little bit of a different thing we got going on here. I'm just chilling, you guys. I'm chilling on my bed. And obviously I'm recording on a different device. I hope this works out. All right, loves, as you can see from the title below, I just want to talk a little bit about cross-watching and tarot consumption in general and how it could potentially be detrimental, okay, if not done properly. So I have about three top reasons on how it can be detrimental to you and about three ways to combat that. All right, so stay tuned. All right, loves, if you're still with me, darlings, I greatly appreciate you. Let's jump right in. Obviously, you want to know what is the correct way to cross-watch and maybe what you've potentially been doing a little bit off this whole time, okay? If you've ever cross-watched for somebody, lover, friend, family member, coworker, does not matter here. If you've ever cross-watched for somebody and it didn't resonate, then this is probably why. Okay, guys. So these are no particular order. They're just thoughts that I had that I feel could help you. Okay, so number one, the problem I see with cross-watching and how it could be detrimental is there's a lot of assumption that comes into cross-watching. And, you remember from grade school, right? Just as well as I do. Um, the whole act of assumptions, right? You make an ass out of you and me. Well, that's pretty much it. That's like kind of in a nutshell, darlings. Like doesn't matter who you're cross-watching for. We don't know what the person is actually going through. We don't know if they were sitting right next to us, right? Kind of have to imagine it this way. If they were sitting right next to you, would they resonate with the reading in the same way that you think the reading resonates for them, right? So kind of try to knock out the assumption level of it. Cross-watching in and of itself, you're kind of playing with fire, right? So do keep that in mind. Don't take everything so literal, right? Because you don't really know what applies to the person's actual situation or life. All right. Number two, about the time when you decide you want to go cross-watching, right? That's about when our ego kicks in. That's about when we have a question. We have a person maybe in mind, we have a question in mind, and we are seeking the answer to said question. And, that's okay to go into tarot looking for the answer to a specific question. The problem is that you've got to be really open and willing to accept the answer as it comes, okay? And that's why, number two, the ego is actually working really hard against you as you're cross-watching, right? When we go to cross-watch with that question, right? And I know because especially love and separation, you guys, like the farther away that you are from somebody's energetic bubble, the less likely you are to actually know what would apply for their life, the less likely you are to know exactly if the message that you're actually getting is real and is actually really for them, right? So again, it's okay to go in with a question. The problem is seeking the readings that only answer the question the way that you want it answered. The way that you want it answered. That's where the ego kicks in. And the farther away you are from somebody's bubble, the more you're expecting a certain answer. And are really less likely to get an accurate answer because your ego is kicking in, okay? And because you're a manifester, you're going to literally create whatever it is that you want to see. So if you're looking for readings that are going to validate that person has moved on, they forgot about you, you're going to find those readings. If you're looking for readings that say, oh, this is a beautiful adventure, jump right in, those are the ones you're going to watch. You see what I mean? And again, the farther away you are from somebody's energetic bubble, the less likely you're going to know what adventure it is that they want, what they're actually seeking, and what truly applies for their life. Okay, Les? And number three, darlings, is watching too much tarot. Watching too much tarot, Les. And that's again part of the ego. You didn't get the answer you sought out the first time, so you want to watch again and again and again. Or does this reading kind of correspond to that one? Do they both say the same thing? If they both say the same thing about somebody, or for yourself, right? It goes both ways. If it says the same thing, then it must be true. And I've known people who, and I've literally done it myself in my worst times when I'm depressed and at my, lowest point, you could say, consume a lot of tarot, a lot of tarot. And the problem with watching 20 to 30 videos a day or even a week, to be honest, is that you don't really remember the messages that you got by number 20. You forget what number 1 had to offer you and why you even clicked it in the first place. Okay? And that becomes problematic. That becomes a problem because then you're not getting the messages. And if you're not truly absorbing the messages, you can't possibly put them into practice in your life or know really what's real, right? I mean, you can get 30 readings in a day and they're all going to say something different. You might have a handful that kind of show the same sort of energy. You might even get a few readings. If you're very open and you're watching what you're supposed to, you're going to get a lot of readings that say the same thing. But then why, after 15 readings, keep watching more readings? You got the message. That's when the ego kicks in, and it's just that you're not getting the answer that you want to get. All right. So those are the major problems that I personally see with cross-watching and how they could be detrimental, or even, again, with tarot consumption in general, Les. Okay? But if you guys have any extras, please let me know in the comments below if you know of anything or if anything has come to your mind, how other things could be detrimental. All right. Let's jump into how to fix it, right? How to combat this. How do we cross-watch for real? How do we cross-watch to where it's going to be the most beneficial for us and give us the answers that we need, not the answers that we want, okay? And I've got 3, I've also got my notes. I don't know if I said that. I've been looking down a lot. I hope you understand. I just got my notes here. All right, Liz. But I want to be real clear on this because this is how you fix it, right? So I've got about 3 combative ways. So number 1, darlings, is to meditate. Be clear, be open. All right, that's the number 1 thing you can do. That takes out the ego, that takes out the assumptions. Be very, very open to spirit. Okay, when you go into cross watch for somebody, meditate on their energy, try to get into their mindset, their feel, right? And then find a reading that would resonate with you from their point of view, or one that spirit is specifically guiding you to. Even if your ego says, no, we don't want to watch that one. No, of course you don't want to watch that one because it's validating the very thing that you're trying to oppose, that your ego is trying to oppose. All right, so meditate, clear your mind space, clear your heart space before you get any readings, right, love? But especially before you go to watch for somebody else, okay? That will leave you more open to allowing spirit to guide you of what you need to be seen, not what you want to be seeing, okay? Number 2, limit your tarot consumption. That's actually super, super important. Now, this is weird. I know this is weird because I'm a tarot reader and I do offer personal readings, right? And of course, I'm a YouTuber. So how funny that a YouTuber would say, don't watch my videos. I know, I get it. That's silly. But I care about you guys, okay? If my readings are not one of the top 5 that you watch in a day or one of the top 5 that you watch in a week. However much you're guided by spirit to watch, that is okay, you guys. That is okay. Go where your heart and spirit are guiding you. Okay? If mine is not one of the 5, that I don't mind. I want you to get the messages that are for you, loves. Okay? So yes, as funny as it sounds, am I telling you, or am I suggesting rather, I can't tell you to do shit, but am I suggesting to you that you watch less tarot? Yes, I am. Okay, I am. That brings us to number 3. Now, darlings, if you are going through a really, really, really hard time where you are compelled, you are just enthralled in message after message after message, the best thing you could do, okay, after being open, after meditating, the entirely best thing you can do is take notes. Take notes, my babies. Especially if you're enthralled in it. Especially because if you're so distraught, my darlings, and you've cut out the ego and everything else, but you still feel compelled to watch so many tarot readings from so many different people, potentially, in a certain day, week, month, whatever, definitely take notes. It's the best thing that you can do. Write down the dates, write down the reader, the channel name, and write down everything that resonated for you and everything that didn't, darlings. That is literally the best suggestion I can get. And that's because, especially if you're open and spirit is guiding you to a specific reading, you're being guided to watch that for a reason. There's something in it for you. All right, not what your ego set you up to watch, but what spirit is trying to help you to see, to fix things in your life. And then you can go over your notes and definitely write down even the things that don't resonate, because when you go back and you review your notes, you might find, no, last week or the week before, that didn't resonate. That was not for me. But then I met this person and then they started acting this way. And now that applies. So especially with the readings that you're totally guided to, you know this one's for you, write down everything, you guys, or save it. Save it in a folder and say, I'm going to come back and watch that. Okay. That way you can review and you can kind of put yourself through a little bit of a test course. Did I put that into practice? So if spirit gave me the go ahead to do this, did I actually do it? Maybe I should do it now. So having a little bit of reflection time within taking notes as well, you guys. It's very important. That way you can actually receive the true full extent of the messages, put them into practice, and then be in a better position so that maybe you're not at the point where you've got to watch reading after reading after reading. And again, even if mine is not one of the readings, great, great, because the less tarot you're watching, I hate to say it this way again, but it means you're recovering. You're taking spirit's cues, you're applying things to your life, you're busy working, you're busy living your life, creating, you're not confused, you're not distraught. People often use tarot as the last end resort for guidance, because it's that desperation we all feel. That's what brought me to tarot when I was young, was the desperation for answers, you guys. So I totally understand. I still cross watch, and I now get the messages that I am supposed to get from cross watching, not the ones that I want to see that are inevitably going to hurt me. Okay, guys? Anyway, darlings, short video. I get it. I know. I hope you enjoyed it, though. And I really, really hope you found it informative. Darlings, please feel free to leave a comment. And since we've made it to the end of the video, I just want to throw this out there. I am very far behind. You guys, obviously, I haven't been able to do my makeup. I'm just sitting here on my bed. Things are like I'm chilling right now because I've been working all day. And for the last few days, I've had so many personal readings. I have a lot to get caught up on. I've literally not been on Facebook, not even to promote the videos that I have put out a few days ago. And like, I've just been very busy. So if I owe you an email, a phone call, a text message, or any kind of reply, I just want to say I'm ever so sorry. I'm like a few days behind. Every time a personal reading comes in, I drop everything. That's the first thing I do, especially if it's an emergency reading, which I've had a few of, quite a few of. All right, so I appreciate your guys' patience and your subscriptions, all your love and support, and I can't thank you guys enough. Until I see you next time, please stay safe. Please take care out there in the world, my darlings. Peace, love, light to you always, my friends.